I've been thinking about magic and magical fantasy worlds and how we conceive of these things compared to earlier eras or the medievals and the ancients. Because take something like Game of Thrones, where it is set in a magical universe where there are supernatural entities or seemingly supernatural entities, such as the Lord of Fire. There are mythical beings like dragons. There are mass armies of terrible monsters, and this is, in theory, akin to a medieval world where there would be magical monsters, there would be dragons, there was God and the angels and demons and the fairy folk and so on. But what I think is fundamentally different in between something like Game of Thrones and the older literature is not only that people believed it to be real, and I guess within Game of Thrones people come to believe that such things are real when they see the proof of it, but that there's it's still a fundamentally materialist conception of an enchanted world, because all George R. Martin's done is add new beings with new powers. They're fundamentally of the same kind of thing as us. They are flesh and bone, but they just have abilities, extraordinary abilities. There is nothing more to the world than that. There is even the idea of providence would add something, but there is no sense of providence. There is no meaning and there is no purpose to any of these things. They just are. They're just beings that exist. So you've just extended the current natural world with a few extra realities. By contrast, if you look at medieval literature, every creature has a purpose, not imposed on it by the human mind, but intrinsic to its nature, that it's striving towards, and the fulfillment of is its perfection. This sits within the order established by God for the whole of creation. And each thing not only has its own dignity, but acts as a symbol for other realities. And this isn't an interpretation imposed by the human, but rather belongs intrinsically to that being. So, for example, the pelican, because it wounds itself to save its young, is a symbol of Christ. It is made for that purpose. That's a very different version of enchantment.